Hi. Well, it's another beautiful day, though it's cold. But nonetheless, it's still beautiful. Today, I want to talk about your life. Now, it's not really your life because you're not the one making the decisions. The one that's making the decisions is your fake identity. Okay? And as long as that's the case, you're going to have suffering. Because what people do is fight against what is. It happens all the time. Complaining, anger, that's fighting against what is. Whatever is, and it can't be changed or nothing can be done with it. That's it. It's a fact. Okay, not whatever will be or whatever was in the past, but what is. This moment is all that matters. And the way to not be ruled by your fake identity or your ego is to awaken. I've talked about that before. Now, a lot of times you probably feel unhappy, or at least uncomfortable with who you are. And that's part of the suffering because you don't know who you are. But I'm here to tell you who you are. You are a soul. You're not a person, and you're not the body. This body is not me. Okay? I am the soul that resides in this body. This is a life form. Okay? And as such, it is not me. This life form is going to die. This life form will perish and turn to ash. But I will not, because I am a soul. And so are you, and so is everybody on this earth. So whenever you see somebody that isn't the same color as you, or doesn't have the same socio and economic background as you, okay, or whatever the differences may be, if you look at them as if they are a soul, believe me, it's going to turn out better than trying to say, oh, that's a black man, that's a Mexican, that's a Chinese, that's a whatever, okay? So, start accepting that you are a soul. You are not a person. You're not a somebody. The world has talked you into thinking that you're a person. Okay? Which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the world doing that, but that's just the way the world is. But you are not a person. You are not your body, this life form, none of that. What you are is the essence of you. If you pare down everything but the essence, that is what your soul is. Okay? You don't need everything else. It's all useless. What you need is to be in touch with your soul because the soul is constantly giving you stuff. But you're too blind to see it because you're constantly thinking and making the judgments. Okay? And you have to stop thinking in order to see what there is in this life. And what there is in this life is joy, love, wisdom, peace, which your soul is willing to give you every day. But if you're unhappy, it's because you're not getting love. You're not getting joy. You're not getting peace. Okay? So, in order to get those things, in order to feel that, okay? Not just when you're with your family, that's joyful and you have a great time and whatever, but real joy. Okay? Anyway, when this form dies, okay, my soul will go back to the source. Okay? And my whatever wisdom I've gained, whatever truth I've gained will go into the source, become part of the source, as I will. And that happens to everybody. But if your whole life is spent in trying to get better, trying to accomplish something, okay? Which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with accomplishing things, but if that's what you're trying to do with your life, it doesn't matter. I saw a show the other day, I think it was 60 Minutes, about this guy who started doing bad things, okay, and couldn't stop. Why couldn't he stop? He said he knew he was doing wrong, he knew he shouldn't be doing it, but he couldn't stop doing it. Because he wasn't making decisions. Why did the Germans kill the Jews? They weren't Adolf Hitler, they were just regular Germans. Because they weren't making the decisions. Okay? And the person who knew how to really make those decisions was Hitler. And so he talked everybody into following what his decisions were. Okay? And so that's how it went. Anytime somebody does something bad to another person, it's because they don't even understand that they're hurting someone. Because their ego is telling them that it's good. Because when you hurt somebody, it makes you feel good because you're not the one getting stomped on. Somebody else is. But the soul isn't hurting anybody. Only the ego. Only the fake identity. And that fake identity is what's ruling your life. Okay? Until you recognize that you are not that. You're not your history. You're not your past. None of that stuff happened to you, and you never made any decisions regarding it. Okay? Because you are a soul. Yeah, of course you have to have responsibility for what happened, but regardless of that, you are a soul. You are a pure expression of God's love. That's what you are. And none of that other stuff that you did or didn't do or failed to do matters. Because it just doesn't. Whether you achieve something in this life, whether you don't achieve something in this life, that doesn't matter either. Because it's not going to bring you any happiness. This guy that I watched the show about, he was rich. He had all the money in the world. But he kept doing illegal, wrong things to get more and more and more. Why? For what purpose? That doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. Riches doesn't matter. None of it matters. What does matter is having God's love. That's it. So, you can go on and live your life, which really isn't yours, or you can break out of that. Recognize who you really are. And any kind of unhappiness or anger, anxiousness, that stuff will just go away. Because that's not you either. Now, when you face death, okay, and you will, be aware that it's not you that's dying. It's the ego and the body. That's it. You are not dying. Okay, because you can never die. Your soul is impenetrable to anything on this plane of existence. Nothing can kill it. Nothing can destroy it. So, you'll return to the source and ultimate, happiness. And I think that's what heaven kind of means. I don't like the word heaven, but maybe that's what it is. Every day, I see the suffering that goes on with ordinary people, and I wish there was a way I had of ending that. But you have to be ready for the teacher when the teacher comes. And I'm just trying to give what I have away. That's all. So, take this knowledge, change your life, or don't. It's up to you. All right, well, as you know, I love all of you because you're me. And if you have any questions about anything I've said on these videos, please comment and let me know. All right, well, have a great life.